Kherson's Ukrainian authorities have asked the civilians to evacuate the de-occupied areas so that they can take proper decision as to when the people can come back. This decision was made after Russia shelled 5 regions in Kherson which have been taken back by Ukraine, and this time they decided to target residential places. Now, in many of these residential areas of Kherson, people have stayed back. There are some people who have stayed back, and there are some people who have come back after it got recaptured. However, when the recapture was done and people thought that everything is fine now, there wouldn't be any shellings and Russia would not be able to do anything, Russia took its revenge. On Wednesday, it made 5 attacks on various villages of Kherson which have been recaptured. President Zelenskyy has said that all those people who stayed back, who came back to Kherson, and those people who stayed back, old people have stayed back in basements, in broken houses, they will not leave their native place. So he has requested them to move out of their homes and move to a safer place for the time being, and Ukrainian officials, the Ukrainian government is doing their best to convince them to come out and go to a safer place. Now, many elder people in this region have this sort of an idea that they are the safest at home no matter how many attacks are made, and if they are taken out of the house, if they go out of their house to some other place or other shelter, Russia is going to attack them there. True, Russia can attack anywhere, and this is what they have proved even after Ukraine recaptured those regions. They attacked residential areas to kill the people who came back and also who stayed back. So President Zelenskyy has requested them again and again to cooperate with the Ukrainian officials, come out of their homes to a safer places where the officials are taken until the time further directions are given not to come back. Some have been convinced and they have already left to safer places. There are a few who are still living in their broken homes. They will not leave their homes, and because they are elderly people who have crossed their 70s or 80s, Ukrainian government is doing their best to convince them and take them to safer places. We hope they understand the critical situation that Russia can attack the de-occupied areas which have been recaptured, and they can get killed there, so they had rather go to a proper shelter. I hope they are able to understand. Cannot blame them because they have lived in Kherson all their lives and they believe that if they go out of their house, they can get killed. And there are so many of them who say that, who believe that they would rather die inside their house than going to some other place and getting killed. Cannot help them, but Ukrainian government is doing their best and many of them have been taken to safer places. I hope everybody stays safe in this critical time and they cooperate with the Ukrainian government. Stay updated with me.